Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here, the lab coat's on back order, and we're here on location at Heroes Beacon in Uptown St. John, home of my local Pokemon League and site of the upcoming Steam Siege Prerelease tournament for Pokemon TCG. Now, if you're unfamiliar with a Pokemon pre-release tournament, I'm going to take you inside and go over the basic format of the day and tell you what you can expect at a pre-release tournament if you happen to attend one in your area. We're also going to take a look at a lot of the new cards from this new expansion that does not go on sale until, I'm going to be honest with you, I forget the date, but I'm going to find out and I'll let you know in just a moment as we head inside and get started for the day. There we go, it comes out August 3rd, 2016. Alright, we have the date.
A Pokemon TCG pre-release tournament is a special event held at Pokemon Leagues throughout North America. At these events, players can pay an entry fee set by the league organizer and obtain a special pre-release pack containing a 22-card pack, one exclusive foil promo card, and 4 booster packs of the newest expansion coming out up to 2 weeks before the expansion officially goes on sale in North America. The 22-card pack forms a basic core of a custom deck containing Pokemon of 2 different energy types, along with some evolutionary chains, as well as a number of trainer cards. The foil promo card will correspond with one of the Pokemon types in this 22-card pack. The 4 booster packs are your standard random assortment of 10 additional cards from the upcoming expansion. Once the league organizer announces it's time to begin, players will then have 30 minutes to open all of their packs and construct a 40-card deck comprised of just those new cards, along with any basic energy cards they require, which will be provided by the league organizer. While the normal rules of deck construction state that a deck may not contain any more than 4 copies of any particular card, that rule doesn't apply to decks constructed during a pre-release tournament. That means that, if you happen to pull 5 or more cards with the same name out of your 22-card pack and booster packs, you can include as many of them in your deck as you like. The tournament then gets underway with each player testing their newly constructed deck against one another. The matches are shorter than in a regular tournament with only 4 prize cards per match. A participation prize is awarded to all players who complete the full tournament, and that prize is an additional 3 booster packs of the latest expansion. Something important to note regarding pre-release tournaments is that after the tournament concludes, the usual rules of deck construction apply to this particular expansion, which means these cards are not permitted to be used in play Pokemon events until the 3rd Friday after the date that this expansion goes on sale, so roughly about 5 weeks from the date of this pre-release tournament. After that, you're free to use these cards and include them in your custom decks however you'd like.
And now we're going to sit down and check out a match in play here at the pre-release.
So yes, for the first time ever in a pre-release video coverage feature here on the channel, we do get to show off a battle that was fought at the pre-release. 2 trainers battling with the 40-card decks that they have assembled using just these new cards. And the downside is, of course, I don't have like a very proper recording setup because the camera I was using has only up to about 10 minutes or so recording space at a time. But as it turns out, this battle does manage to conclude within the 10-minute limit, so we're going to be able to see some of these cards in action and see a completed match. Not to spoil anything, but you'll see things go kind of quick at some point. So the coin flip or the die roll is determined, and player 1, I believe, is going to be taking the first turn, as player 2 sets themselves up with some basic Pokemon in the active spot and or the bench. So let's see what the 2 trainers lead off with. Looks like a Gardevoir EX, which player 1 was lucky to find in the booster packs, as Oshawott is leading on player 2's side. So yes, player 1 is taking the first turn. I'm going to go and attach a Grass Energy to that Gardevoir EX, powering up for the 2 attacks of Link Blast or Luminous Blade. And a Great Ball is drawn, or not drawn, but a Great Ball is played. The player number 1 searches the top 7 cards of the deck to find a Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into their hand. And it looks like they might have found one. Couldn't quite see what that was, the camera wasn't perfectly angled there, but Pokemon has been found and the rest of the cards get shuffled back into the deck. And I will say, yes, it's looking a little one-sided at this point. A Gardevoir EX with nothing but an Oshawott to struggle against on the other side, but another Great Ball is played, searching once again the top 7 cards, looking for a Pokemon to put into hand. And couldn't quite make that one out either, but the important thing is 2 Pokemon have been found thanks to those Great Balls. So player 1 is getting themselves set up quite nicely, getting a nice hand of Pokemon, searching through their deck a little bit to speed things up, and going for a Professor's Letter now to find some basic energy. With that Grass Energy attached to Gardevoir EX, they will be able to start using Link Blast or Luminous Blade if they can get 2 Fairy Energy attached, which they have suddenly drawn thanks to the Professor's Letter. So on the next turn, they're going to be able to power up with 1 Fairy Energy and go for a Link Blast, which says it does 30 damage plus. If this Pokemon and your opponent's active Pokemon have the same amount of energy attached, it does 70 more damage. So That's interesting. You got to be careful if you're fighting against Gardevoir EX. Be careful what kind of energy you're attaching to it. So, a Pokemon has been played onto the bench on player 1's side, passes the turn over to player 2, who starts off by tossing a Great Ball down. And yeah, they kind of need to get a Pokemon in play pretty fast before they get shut down by Gardevoir EX. So it looks like they might have found a Pokemon off the top 7. So to wait and see what Pokemon that happens to be. Or not. But we're going to find out probably in a moment. I believe they do play it down to the bench after shuffling the other 7 cards into the deck. And as they do so, feel free to leave a comment below, everybody. Let me know what you think of the setup, and if you think this looks good for future battles in the pre-release events, because I do want to show off battles, hopefully a longer lasting one, if my camera will hold out long enough. Because I like the idea of, I do the Pokemon TCG Online videos every week, you know, from my own perspective, but I like showing off other trainers doing their battles and showing live matches like this, or live pre-recorded matches, but non-online matches, what I mean to say. So the shuffling is complete, and do we have another Pokemon to play to the bench on player 2's side? I believe we do in just a moment. So the Great Ball is discarded, of course. And we see some energy in player 2's hand, but we see Druddigon has been played to the bench. Water energy added to the Oshawott to start powering up for the Water Gun attack, which can do 30 damage with 2 energy. It looks like the turn is... Nope, turn is not passed yet. Tierno is now played. So player 2 draws 3 more cards off the top of the deck. You don't see Tierno in a lot of competitive strategies, but in the pre-release tournaments, he is pretty handy. You're going to be able to speed up your deck a little bit more. So player 2 had played a Litleo, but that was the end of the turn. So player 1 attaches one of those Fairy Energy to Gardevoir EX, goes for Link Blast, which only does 30 because the amount of energy is not equal on both active Pokemon. So that does end the turn, as player 2 now starts their turn. And going to go for another Tierno, speeding up for 3 more cards. And Oshawott can only survive 1 more hit from that Link Blast. It only has 30 HP remaining. So player 2 has to start getting some stuff in play pretty fast. We do have Litleo and Druddigon on the bench. And we're going to see a Water Energy attached to Druddigon, which will require, well, 2 colorless to use Proud Fang, which will do 20 plus more if the opponent has any break Pokemon in play. But Giga Claw for Fire, Water, and colorless can do 100. If you flip 2 coins, if either of them is tails, this does nothing. So we see, it looks like the foil promo of Volcanion has been played to player 1's bench, along with a Litleo. And then a Link Blast for, I believe that was Link Blast, or did they do the Luminous Blade? I think they did Luminous Blade because they have discarded a Grass Energy. So you can do 120 with the Blade, but then Gardevoir EX must lose an energy card attached to it. But you still have enough attached to go for Link Blast on the next turn if you can't attach another energy. So the Oshawott has been KO'd as a Litleo comes up from the bench. Essentially, it's up there to take a hit as player 2 continues to power up the Druddigon, because Litleo's not going to put out the damage it needs, but Druddigon can at least try to get a nice 100 damage off with Giga Claw. You know what the downside to this is, of course? Druddigon, being a Dragon type, is weak to Fairy. So it might not be able to survive a hit against this Gardevoir EX. So Gardevoir EX does go for the Luminous Blade, 120 to the Litleo, dropping it, leaving nothing but Druddigon left to come up. Now, player 1 forgot to discard an energy from Gardevoir EX, but I noticed that they do catch it on a later turn, so don't worry about that there. We play another Oshawott to player 2's bench, and we have another energy for Druddigon, so we can go for the Giga Claw, flip 2 coins, and if either of them are tails, this does nothing. The coins are flipped, both of them are, sorry, if both of them are tails, this does nothing, and both of them are tails. Very unfortunate luck. So 0 damage being done by the Giga Claw. Now back to player 1. Gardevoir EX is set up. Well, as soon as they discard the energy, it can't use the Luminous Blade. But we just see Litleo evolve into Pyroar, and here's Ninja Boy. Now this is a really nice card. When you play Ninja Boy, we've already looked at this on the channel before, but choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. Player 1 chose the normal type that they had played earlier. Put it in, or sorry, shuffle it into your deck, but then choose a different basic Pokemon and put it in its place. Now it keeps the turns in play, the attached energy, the damage, the special conditions, all that stuff. It's basically, consider it as if this is a C-Dot now in play. The C-Dot was wearing a disguise of a normal or colorless type Pokemon this whole time. So they go discarding the fire energy that they should have discarded last turn, putting another one to the Gardevoir EX, and I believe setting up to just go for the nice, powerful Luminous Blade of 240 damage, thanks to that weakness to Fairy type on Druddigon's side. So with only one prize remaining on player 1's side, Oshawott is the last thing standing between the Gardevoir EX and a Luminous Blade KO, although player 2 plays the switch card and Litleo comes up instead. If player 1 has an energy, which they do, they go for the knockout, and that is a game at the pre-release. Pretty fast, but that shows the power of, if you're lucky enough to get a Pokemon EX in your booster packs, you can be set up quite nicely as opposed to your opponent and go for a nice quick win. So I hope you'll forgive the sudden change in decor, but when I got my Steam Siege pre-release pack at the Heroes Beacon event, it was a little too noisy to really record there, and this is something I want to do for future Pokemon TCG pre-release videos. I want to see if I can get a better audio recorder that filters out more of the background noise, because it gets really hyped up and exciting and loud at the pre-release events. So I want to see if I can get more focused audio recording so I can do interviews and such. There will be no post-game interviews this week, or sorry, for this event, unfortunately, because as I say, it gets a little too hard to hear some of the people I'm speaking with. But if I can get a proper audio recorder and say a microphone and such, I can do more better. I can do better quality interviews with the viewers or the players afterwards. That being said, I am here back in the lab, aka my home, and we're going to do my own pack opening of the pre-release. So I didn't actually participate because I was there in my professional capacity as the judge and professor and all that stuff. So now we have a chance to look at what I would have had I participated. Now I will mention that there should be a code card in here somewhere. I got some extra cards as well for being one of the staffers. We see a nice foil blur. We got the Clawitzer, Volcanion. I got a second Clawitzer as well, and the Yanmega. Now there's a lot of cool cards here. We're going to look at them just quickly. We have Clawitzer with the Mega Boost ability. Once during your turn, before your attack, you may attach a special energy card from your hand to one of your Mega Evolution Pokemon. That is nice. Getting some special energy out, and that doesn't count as your 1 energy per turn either. That's a nice little bonus. So there's that. Volcanion, Power Heater, does 20, and choose 2 of your bench Pokemon. Attach a fire energy card from discard pile to each of those Pokemon. That would work well with the Scorched Earth Stadium, discarding a fire energy to draw 2 cards. Another Clawitzer, and Yanmega, Sonic Vision ability. If you have exactly 4 cards in your hand, ignore all energy in the attack cost of each of this Pokemon's attacks. So Assault Boom can be done for free. Free Retreat as well. And I do believe I've heard that there is a Yanmega Break in this expansion. So whatever attack it has, with the Sonic Vision and 4 cards in hand, you can do that all for free as well. So this looks like our little write-up. The pre-release packs come with these new descriptive things that let you know some basic tips on how to construct your 40-card deck for a pre-release. Let you know what you're looking forward to in your cards and everything, and basic stuff. I'm not going to go over that right now. I've already mentioned that in the narrative at the start of the video. So in your pre-release pack, you will see you get the special 22-card pack with the code card back there. Just want to make sure it wasn't going to show off the code itself. Code card, and you get 4 booster packs of the set. So as we get ready to open these, I will mention, question of the day for this video is going to be, for your chance to win this code card, we're going to give out this code card, as well as the code cards from each of these packs, as well as the additional packs that you get by attending and completing the pre-release. So we'll start off right now with the question of the day, and I'll remind you as we go throughout. What is your favorite card from the upcoming Steam Siege expansion? Now, you might not have a favorite card just yet. You might not know all the cards that are in the expansion as of yet, but as I go through a lot of these packs, you're going to see some. But if you know of any cards currently that are your favorites, feel free to leave a comment down below and include the hashtag of QOTD in that comment, and you'll go into the running for these code cards, which will not yet be redeemable in Pokemon TCG Online up until the expansion comes out. But if you win the code, I'll put your name on the card and keep it to the side. If you happen to lose the code after I send it to you, I'll still have it on hand. Feel free to contact me again when Steam Siege comes out, and I'll make sure the code gets to you as thanks for participating in the question of the day and supporting the channel and the video. That being said, let's check out what my 22 card pack has. We start off with the 23rd card of the 22 card pack, our promo, which is Volcanion. So I've got a fire deck, it looks like. What they will do is give you 2 specific types of Pokemon, energy type wise, and some trainer cards to help you out in the battles. So we do have Volcanion, we saw this one already. We have a Pyroar with a Flame Charge for 60. Search your deck for a fire energy and attach it to this Pokemon, shuffle your deck afterward. Incinerate does 90, and before doing damage, discard all tools attached to the active Pokemon. Nice! We've seen things like Pidgey that can do Peck Off and get rid of tools, but that is a powerful way to do it with Incinerate.
So we have a Great Ball. We've seen these before. Switch, Giovanni Scheme. I'm just going to go breeze through the older cards and just look at the newer ones. Litleo, Lunge 30. Flip a coin. If tails, nothing. A Ponytail, Returning Flames. Put 2 fire energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. Not bad. That can just repeat the Scorched Earth draw support. Live Cold is a basic 10. Rapidash, Rear Kick for 30 and Fire Blast for 70. Discard a fire energy attached to this Pokemon. And Clauncher, Double Pincers. Flip 2 coins. This does 10 damage times the number of heads. Got another Great Ball, another Switch card. Tierno as well. Oshawott, Water Gun does 30. Do we see? Yes, we see Duat. Razor Shell does 30 plus. Flip a coin. If heads, 20 more. And Samurott, Ultimate Blade, 40 damage. If the damage from this attack reduces your opponent's active Pokemon's HP to 60 or less, that Pokemon's knocked out. Nice, I like that. If you can equip things like Muscle Band and get some other sort of offensive attack power on that Ultimate Blade, you can get some pretty good knockouts with that. I might want to make a deck with this guy. And Pike for 90. This does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That sounds like he stabs right through the active one and hits the benched one. Kind of cool. Alright, so, and that is my 22 card pack. So we had a Fire and Water, which makes sense. That was one of the more popular, or the popular pair of energy types that we saw at the pre-release. So let's go ahead and pop open our first Steam Siege. First, let's take a look at the pack art. We do have one of each here. We got the nice Xerneas Break in the set right here. Look at that, nice and golden Legendary of Kalos. We have the shiny Mega Gardevoir right here. The black dress, very nice also. And of course the poster boy himself, Volcanion, or itself, I should say, right on there. And Yveltal Break as well. So, you know what? Let's start with the main attraction, the main character right here. We're going to open up the Volcanion pack first. So, let's see. We're going to grab this code card and hide it to the side. If I can get access to it. Bear with me. I'm going to tear open the back a little bit more. Alright, so code is facing the wrong way, so we're going to slide it this way, off to the side, until we do the drawing on, I believe it's July 31st for the drawing. And the set should be available on August 3rd, so you only got to wait a few days before you can redeem the code. So let's see what our first pack of Steam Siege has to offer us, everybody. We start off with a C-Dot with Bide. Flip a coin. If heads, if this Pokemon will be knocked out during the opponent's next turn, it's not, and has 10. That's actually like Endure. Okay. So that is our first card, Clauncher, we've seen. We have a Bergmite with Ice Block, heal 30 from this Pokemon, and Icy Snow does 20. Next is a Chimchar with Scratch for 10, Ember for 30, and flip a coin. If tails, discard a fire energy. What did he do to that thing? He stole a gear. He just kind of destroyed that tower. Chimchar, you naughty little boy. And next we have Yanma, Scout, opponent reveals the hand, and Speed Dive does 40. Uncommon cards should begin now with a Persian. Raid for 30 plus. If this Pokemon evolved from Meowth during this turn, 30 more damage. And Fury swipes 30 times, flip 3 coins, 30 times the number of heads. Alright, now we have a Greedy Dice. We've seen this already. You can play this card only if you took it as a face-down prize card. Flip a coin. If heads, take another prize card. That could be very useful, but it's a 50-50 chance, so I don't know if we're going to see much play out of this, but you never know. And interestingly, wait, it says if you took it as a face-down prize card. For those of you that like to play the town map card, that won't work with this. You're going to be taking a face-up prize card with Town Map, so keep that in mind for anyone that wants to play those greedy dice out there. We have a Monferno, basic Scratch and Flare for 20 and 30 respectively. The reverse foil of our first pack is going to be not a reverse foil whatsoever, but a Clawitzer Break. And Lock On doesn't do damage, but the defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. During your next turn, any damage done to that Pokemon by attacks is increased by 120 damage. Okay, I like that. Let's get ourselves a Clawitzer. We have the Clauncher to make use of that. Now, if that wasn't good enough, the rare card of this pack is going to be a dual-type Volcarona. Shimmering Scale, so it is a Grass and Fire Pokemon. For Grass Energy, Shimmering Scales does 20. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. If tails, they're now paralyzed. I love coin flips like that where either or, heads or tails, does have an effect. And Power Hurricane for 3 energy, 120. Discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. This would work well in the expanded format with Blacksmith, though, because you could just reattach 2 fire energy to it from the discard pile next turn. Very nice pack to have opened as our first pack of the Steam Siege. Alright, so let's go ahead. Let's stick with the non-break evolutions thus far. Well, we got a break out of a non-break pack. Let's see if we get another break out of this non-break pack. But we do have the chance to get a Pokemon EX, of course. So we're going to slide this code card off to the side once we tear the back open. And come on now. So it is faced the wrong way again. So, whoop, right to the side. And let's see if our luck holds out. We already got some pretty good luck off of that one. But, starting with pack number 2. Leading off with a Hoppip for Splash for 10. Splash shouldn't do damage. Come on. Magikarp proved that. And Sneasel with Nian Roll for 10. Flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effective attacks, including damage done to Sneasel next turn. Okay. We also have a Mantine with a Healing Wave. Discard as many cards as you like from your hand. Heal 10 damage from this Pokemon for each card you discarded in this way. Okay. Dwindling Wave, 90 minus. This does 90 damage minus 10 for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Next is a Mankey. I haven't seen Mankey lately. And so this is similar to the Chimchar, where it's climbing like a tower full of gears and cogs. I wonder what's going on. Well, I guess it's Steam Siege, so it's like a fortress kind of thing. Focus Energy. During your next turn, this Pokemon's flop attack's base damage is 50, and normally flop is 10. And I think one more common. Yeah, we have another Yanma. The uncommon should begin with a Duat. We've seen you already. We have a Gardevoir Spirit Link. So, yes, Mega Gardevoir is back. I forgot they were going to be reprinting Spirit Link in that case. We have a Klefki. What the heck is this ability? Look at all this. Wonderlock. It can't even focus. There's too much. Hang on. Alright, you're not going to focus, are you? There we go. Wonderlock. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may discard all cards attached to this Pokemon and attach it to one of your Pokemon as a Pokemon Tool card. Prevent any damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached to by attacks from your opponent's Mega Evolution Pokemon. If this card is attached to a Pokemon, discard this card at the end of your opponent's turn. So Klefki gives you a one-turn immunity to Mega Evolution Pokemon EX at the cost of losing the Klefki. Now, it's not getting knocked out, so your opponent won't take a prize for that. Very interesting. Now, this was part of the frequently asked questions that they distributed with the pre-release. The question was, if Klefki has no cards attached to it, can you still use the Wonderlock? And yes, you can. It just means you can't attach Klefki with attached cards to it to a Pokemon. So anyway, that is an interesting ability. Nice immunity to Pokemon EX Mega Evolutions for a single turn. The reverse foil card is going to be a Primeape. And look at the Mankey in behind there. So Swagger, 20 damage, flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy card attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Spirited Throw, 30 plus. If before doing damage, your opponent's active Pokemon has more remaining HP than this Pokemon, this does 60 more damage. Okay. So, I'm trying to figure out how that would work. Just basically, if the opponent has more HP remaining, Primeape's going to do more damage. Oh, because it's Spirited Throw. He's fighting harder because the opponent has more life left. Alright, and the rare card of our second pack is going to be a Druddigon. Dragon type, of course, with Proud Fang, 20 plus. If your opponent has any Pokemon Break in play, this does 60 more damage. I like this. This is the first time I've seen of a card referencing Break Evolutions in its attack damage and anything else like that. So Giga Claw, 100. Flip 2 coins. If both of them are tails, this attack does nothing. So you have a 75% chance to get the 100 damage off, and only a 1 in 4 chance that you're going to fail. So I wonder if we're going to see more cards referencing the Break Evolutions. I really hope we do. So let's start with such things as the Break Evolution Xerneas. Starting alphabetical order, we'll go with the X Legendary. And see what we get. We've got to grab this code card first of all and sneak it to the side so no one can snag it before the drawing is done. And off it goes. And see if we're focused here. Alright, so pack number 3 of the pre-release pack of Steam Siege, starting with a Seedot. We have a Drifloon, Transfer Pain. Move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Minimal damage manipulation, but it is still manipulation. You could get a knockout with that over time. We have an Apom, Fiddle Around. Look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and put them back in any order. I like that, Fiddle Around. And Tail Jab does 20. We have another Mankey. We have a Shellos with Rain Splash for a basic 10 damage. Skip Plume is the first uncommon. Look, it can splash and do damage too, twice as much as the Hoppip. We also have a Greedy Dice again. And another Klefki. Reverse foil card is going to be a Ponyta, which we've seen. And the rare card is an Infernape. We've seen a lot of you guys in the Sinnoh Classic. Flare Blitz does 120. Discard all fire energy attached to this Pokemon. Flare Up does 200. If you have fewer than 10 fire energy cards in your discard pile, this does nothing. Shuffle 10 fire energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. You can do 200 damage, but only once, basically. You have to then spend a lot of time discarding fire energy to power that back up. That's an interesting combo of attacks. This could work well with the Battle Compressor to move out the fire energy. I don't know. This might be interesting to try some point. So this is going to work well with, well, any Pokemon that discards fire energy to attack, but Battle Compressor, Scorched Earth, yeah, Just basically that's it. Alright, so that's an interesting card to get as one of the Sinnoh fully evolved starter Pokemon. The last booster pack of the pre-release pack that I've got, I forgot what to call it at first. So the final one with the Yveltal break on the cover. We're going to get ourselves the code cards sneaked off to the side. Snuck off to the side? Yeah. Sneaked. I don't even know what kind of word sneaked is supposed to be. But let's see what we get from this pack here. Our final pack. So if I was to be participating in the pre-release, these cards I'm getting right now would be the ones I would be making use of. So we have another Shellos. We have a Krogunk. Now, this is an interesting one too. Poison Up. If the defending Pokemon is poisoned, put 3 more damage counters on that Pokemon between turns. This effect can be applied more than once. So, the first time you use Poison Up, the opponent is now taking 4 poison damage. The second time you use it, it's going to be 7 poison damage. And it just continuously stacks from there. That's kind of crazy. Alright, so next we have a Tangela, Slam for 30 times, 2 coins, 30 times the number of heads, and Mega Drain does 40, heal 20 from Tangela. We have a Clink, Disorderly Flip, 10 times, flip 4 coins, 10 damage times the number of heads. Last common is a Joltik. Aww, it can attach for 10 damage. That's cute. Free Retreat. Nice. And uncommons begin with a Gardevoir Spirit Link again. We have a Nuzleaf, Harden. During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon will be damaged, prevent that damage if it's 60 or less, and Razor Leaf can do a basic 20. The next one is a Claw Fossil Anorith. So just like the fossil we saw in the, what was the last one? Fates Collide expansion, this lets you find an Anorith from the bottom 7 cards of the deck and put it onto the bench. The only way, normally, to get restored Pokemon put into play. The reverse foil card is going to be a Drifloon, which we just saw, and the rare card of our final pack of the Steam Siege pre-release box is going to be Mega Steelix EX, dual type. Look at this, steel and fighting type, 240 HP. Pretty costly attack for a metal and 4 colorless. Canyon Axe does 160. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So, nice power, but it's going to take a long time to power this thing up. Is there any way you can speed this up? Offhand, I can't think of anything, but there might be a clever strategy to make use of that. But if this was a pre-release tournament I was participating in, I wouldn't be able to use that because I don't have the basic Steelix EX. So that is all I've got from the pre-release box, but we're not done yet because if you do complete the full tournament, then you are given an extra 3 booster packs of the expansion that you're participating in, and as a nice little bonus, I also managed to grab 3 more booster packs. I still got 6 booster packs to open. All these code cards are also going to be up for grabs for you guys out there. Once again, a quick little reiteration of the question. What is your favorite card from the Pokemon Steam Siege expansion? Leave that response in a comment down below. Use hashtag QOTD in your comment. And on this coming Sunday, July 31st, you go into the running for, you know what? I might extend it a little bit because some people might be late to the video. But either way, before the expansion comes out. No, you know what? I'll hold off on that until August 3rd when the expansion does go on sale. Is it August 3rd? I think it is. Because that way, as soon as I give the code out to everybody, you will be able to redeem it online. So that's, okay, I'm changing what I said earlier. August 3rd is when I will draw for these Steam Siege code cards. So speaking of which, that code card to the side. But again, leave your comments as soon as you can, and the sooner you leave your comment, the sooner you go into the running for one of those code cards. Alright, so let's see what we get out of this next pack. We have a Nidoran male. Come along, search your deck for a Nidoran female and put it onto the bench. And Peck does 20. We have a Nose Pass. Look how ominous this guy looks. What's going on here? Anyway, Thunder Wave. Flip a coin. If heads, the opponent is paralyzed. Rolling Tackle does 40. We have another Hoppip. We have a Meowth. That's right. Stall. You can use this attack only if you go second and only on your first turn. Almost like Fake Out. Discard an energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. It's only a 1-turn use of that, though. But, I don't know. It could come in handy. So, Meowth, what's going on back there? Is that fire? Did something explode? I have no clue what's happening in this card, but Scratch does 20. And we have a Clauncher. Now, the uncommon cards, we have a Gardevoir Spirit Link. We have a Duat. We have a Greedy Dice. Reverse foil card is going to be a Chandelure. Interesting. The ability is Sinister Selection. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand, discard the other card. So it's like the Acro Bike in the form of an ability. That will speed up a deck, and you can get through your cards a little bit faster that way. Past Friends, 10 plus. This does 10 more damage for each supporter card in your discard pile. So if you use the ability and discard a supporter, you're powering up the Past Friends attack. That's an interesting card too, I like that. The rare card of this pack is going to be a Yveltal, nice and foil,
It is the same attacks as the X and Y base set Yveltal, Oblivion Wing, and Darkness Blade, so we've seen this before. But look at the cool art. It's got the gears and the cogs hovering around its tail. I like that. Alright, so that is that pack. I got 5 more booster packs. That is 10 booster packs in total, plus the code for the pre-release pack itself. So you guys have a lot of chances to win something from this pre-release coverage footage video thingy that I'm putting together. Alright, so we're going to open up another Mega Gardevoir pack here. And the code almost revealed a lot of it there, but we got it to the side. And let's check out what is in this particular pack. So we have a Break Evolution, we have an EX. Things are looking pretty good so far. We have a Seedot, we have a Pawniard, Charge Order 10 times. This attack does 10 damage times the number of your Pawniard. Now, this was one of the frequently asked questions too. It only counts, of course, the Pawniard that are in play. So if they are some in the discard pile, that doesn't count. But that's kind of basic TCG 101. We have a Drifloon again. We have a Larvesta. Bug Bite does 30. And Aipom, once again, with Fiddle Around. Uncommon cards. We got a Steelix Spirit Link. Come on, give me the Steelix, then we can finally put that guy into play. We have a Nuzleaf again. Also got a Braviary. Ambush does 20 plus. Flip a coin. If heads, 50 more. Sky Drop is 120 minus. 120 damage, minus 20 damage for each retreat cost, or each energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. So, it makes sense. The higher the retreat cost, the heavier the Pokemon is determined to be. Therefore, Braviary can't lift it as high and drop it for as much damage. So, I like the way that one works. Reverse foil card is going to be a dual type Bisharp, Darkness and Metal type. Retaliate. We've seen this already on the channel, but Retaliate 30 plus. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack during his or her last turn, this does 60 more. Mawclaw does 60 and isn't affected by resistance. Nice little thing about this card. I like how they have to go white text on this side but then black on the other one. It's kind of cool. And the rare card of this booster pack is going to be a Primeape. We've already seen you as a reverse foil. Swagger and Spirited Throw. Alright, we have, 4 more packs to open up. Things are looking pretty interesting right now. Alright, so let's tear this back open a bit and snag that code card for the giveaway. Off it goes. So, another pack ready to check out. We're seeing a lot of the commons already. For example, well, we didn't see Fletchling yet for 20 damage for Peck. We have a Yanma. We have a Marill. Bubble Drain does 10 and heal 10 damage from this Pokemon. We have a Sneasel with Yanroll. We have Litleo with Lunge. Now, uncommons have another Braviary. We have an Armor Fossil Shieldon, so the two, no wait, I was going to say the 2 Sinnoh Fossil Pokemon are represented, but no. Anorith was a Hoenn Pokemon. Another Klefki. Reverse foil card is going to be a Bergmite, which we've seen. Rare card is going to be a Cobalion. So a Metal Pokemon, Quick Guard for Metal Energy. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from basic Pokemon during your opponent's next turn, but you can't use Quick Guard on the next turn. Revenge Blast, 30 plus. This does 30 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. Similar to Marowak Break's Bone Revenge. Alright, but not as much damage over time. So that is that. We got 3 packs left to go. We're going to open up another Yveltal break. And as I open this one up, just once again a quick little reminder. What is your favorite card from the Pokemon Steam Siege expansion? That is the question of the day. Leave that as a response in the comments with a hashtag of QOTD for your chance to win one of these many, many code cards I am pulling out of these packs here and now. Here we start off with the comments of a Joltik with Free Retreat, of a Fungus, Play Ball. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may put 3 Pokeball cards from your discard pile into your hand. So, another frequently asked question was, does this count for Great Ball, Ultra Ball, Repeat Ball, etc.? No. It does have to say Pokeball as the item name, or the name of the card of the item. So, 3 basic Pokeballs, Fungus can bring those back. We have Bergmite again. We have a Mareep, Thunder Wave, flip a coin. If heads, the opponent's paralyzed, and tackle does 20. We have a Clink again, disorderly flip. So the uncommons, we have a Monferno, and where exactly are you? I don't know, can't tell. And next we have a Special Charge. Shuffle 2 special energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Very rarely can you get special energy back, and this is a nice way to do it. We see the Wonder Energy and the Double Dragon Energy. And we have Clang with Vice Grip for 30 and a Disorderly Flip as well, 30 times. Flip 4 coins, 30 damage times the number of heads. Reverse foil card is a Dual-type Shiftry in shiny colors as well. Wicked Wind for a Grass Energy, 40 damage. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, each Stadium or Pokemon Tool card in play has no effect, and includes cards that come into play that turn. Okay. Extrasensory, 60 plus. If you have the same number of cards in your hand as the opponent, it does 60 more damage. So double damage if you have the same number of cards. And the rare card of the pack will be an Ampharos, nice foil, Shocking Light, Look, what does he look? Oh, he's lighting out to the boat at sea, just like Amphi in Pokemon Silver. Shocking Light. Once during your turn, haha, you may put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon EX. That's nice. And Gigavolt for 80 plus, flip a coin. If heads, 40 more damage. If tails, the opponent's Pokemon is paralyzed. So again, I like attacks that have a coin flip and either side gives you some sort of special effect. I like the Shocking Light. Take that, Pokemon EX. I might want to use this guy, because as I say, I prefer not to use Pokemon EX. I like to let the other Pokemon stand a chance, the more underrated Pokemon. So Ampharos, you can see a lot of good use out of my channel, perhaps, or on my channel. So the next to last pack we're opening up, I'm going to grab this code card, is another Volcanion pack art. And let's see what we get out of here, starting with, of course, the common cards. We have a Dano, Roar. Your opponent switches their active Pokemon with the bench Pokemon and Headbutt Bounce for 20. We have a Larvesta, an Apom, Drifloon, and Mareep. Alright, uncommon cards, we have a Clang, we have a Steelix Spirit Link again, a Nuzleaf. Reverse foil card shall be an Anorith, so we have that Claw Fossil already. Ability, Restored Barrier. Each of your restored Pokemon has no weakness. Nice. An X-Scissor, 20 plus, flip a coin, if heads, 20 more. The rare card is going to be an Avalugg. Look at this guy's face. So Crunch for 30. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy attached to the opponent's active Pokemon. And Melting Flow for 3 water. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. For each water energy card you discarded in this way, discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. This is going to be good to try to mill things out, perhaps, if you can put a lot of water energy into your deck with this guy. So that could be a possible strategy. I don't usually run mill decks, but seeing that guy, I might want to try that for one of the videos on the channel. And the last pack of the Steam Siege pre-release video coming up right now. Let's snag that code to the side and snag the remainder of the cards for myself and see what I happen to get. So, final pack, common cards, starting with a Fletchling. We've got a Clauncher. We have an Apom. There is a Yanma. There is also a Sneasel, Nianroll, and uncommons we have, okay, first Drifblim. Eerie Wave does 30. Your opponent's active Pokemon is confused, and Burst Curse. Discard 2 energy attached to this Pokemon. Put 8 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. Okay, nice, 8 damage. So the uncommon, no, that wasn't uncommon. Next one is a Greedy Dice. We have a dual type Azumarill. Fairy and Water. Player off does 30 plus. Flip a coin if heads 30 more. Bubble Drain does 80 and heal 30 from this nice shiny Azumarill. The reverse foil card shall be a Pawniard. And the rare card of our final booster pack is going to be another Druddigon, which we've already seen. So definitely some nice cards. Not as awesome as we could have gotten, but I do like seeing some Mega Evolution Pokemon EX. Although I don't play them, I am also a collector. So I do like cards like this. And was there any other highlights in here? Well, I'm not going to waste time. We've already wasted so much time going through this. You've seen the cards. So again, after you've seen all these cards, the question of the day for this video and your chance to win one of these oh so many code cards that I have here. What is your favorite card from the Pokemon TCG expansion Steam Siege? Leave that in a comment down below and use the hashtag of QOTD in the comment. And on August 3rd, which I forget what day of the week that's going to be. That's probably going to be a Wednesday, I think. I'm going to go into the running to receive one of these many code cards as a thanks for supporting the video and your interest in just Pokemon TCG in general. Alright. And that is going to wrap up our coverage of the Steam Siege pre-release tournament here at Heroes Beacon. If you attended a pre-release tournament in your area, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know how things went for you. If you got any awesome cards, and if you had a good go in your matches in the tournament, just leave me a comment below. I look forward to hearing from you. And I hope you're looking forward to the official release of Steam Siege on sale August 3rd, coming out in North America. With all that, I want to say thank you for checking out today's episode of the Steam Siege pre-release, and I'll catch you next time.